Hello. I think we're live. How's it looking and sounding? That's the important thing. Can you guys hear me okay as well as see me? I'm just going back. I can see you've all been commenting all over the place. So let me go back and read the comments. I just got here, guys. Oh, yes, wet and rainy here too, Cherie. Don't you worry. I've never seen so much water in such a short amount of time here in this actual location. We do occasionally have some pretty big storms, but this week it's just been rain, rain, rain. Goodness me. Yeah. Hello, Michelle. Hi. Okay, let me just scroll down and see everyone here. Oh, we've got a couple of Michelles here tonight. So cool. And we have some people on Facebook and some people on YouTube. Although most people seem to be on YouTube tonight. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Jenny. Hello. All right. Happy Friday, everyone. How's it all going? Hey, Nairi. And Katrina. Hello. Okay. So I hope you've all had a great week. Yes, I know. It is a bit like we do feel a bit like ducks, don't we, Joan? Absolutely. Hello, Anne from North Carolina. That's a long way away. I wonder if you're our furthest away at the moment. We usually end up with a couple here from overseas, although I know the hours aren't the most fabulous over there right now. It's like, depending on where you are. I just spoke to my friend Susan. She's in Minnesota, and it was like 1:30 over there. So pretty. That's AM. So not a great time to be watching live. So I hope you're. Maybe this will help your insomnia. Actually, my team group is called the Inksomniacs, INK Inksomniacs, and I think I called them that way back because right back in the early days I wasn't sleeping very well at that time, and so when I couldn't sleep I'd get up and stamp. So yeah, that's why I came up with the name Inksomniacs, and that's my group of demonstrators. Oh, did you? Whereabouts are you again, Michelle? I'm so sorry, I don't remember. Yes, good to see you again too. Hey, Helen, nice to see you. Hello, Margaret. So we have the usual suspects here tonight, I believe, plus maybe a couple of extras. So welcome, no matter where you are. Whoa, Volcano, California. That sounds like a dangerous place. Is it? Do you have volcanoes there? I know there are volcanoes in California because I remember Mount Shasta is a volcano, I think, if I remember rightly. And I remember we caught a train from San Francisco up to Seattle, and the scenery is just beautiful, and you see all the mountains, but there's a lot of big mountains that are obviously volcanoes. I mean, Mount Rainier is a big volcano, right? So there you go. Oh, you're in New Zealand, Michelle. There you go. Okay, well, you're a couple of hours ahead of us, so it's what, 9:30, just after 9:30 over there. There you go. Oh no, 3 granddaughters with COVID. Goodness me. Yes. What I found, because both my children have had COVID, was the young ones seem to shake it off much more easily than other people might. So my daughter was sick for 4 or 5 days, just like a bad flu. And then my son, probably 2 or 3 days, and he was feeling back to normal. But he still had to isolate for 7 days, right? So you follow the rules. We do it the way they tell us to. 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Oh, my goodness, Jody. Were you unable to sleep, or were you behind on your cards? Did you have an event you were making cards for? That's very dedicated. I'm never up at that time these days. I used to, but not so much anymore. Hey, Cheryl. All right, let's switch over to my desk and let's see what's on it. And I think you'll guess it's the same thing that has been on it every time we've switched over the last few weeks. So here we go. And it's the mini catalogue. Hooray! So this is the January to June mini catalogue. For anyone who doesn't know, this is the one we're working with at the moment. Of course, the big catalogue, the annual catalogue, is still in effect. So, really I should be going back to this one because this one's going to end at the end of April or beginning of May. And I need to use up some things out of here. We'll be finding out not very long from now what's going to be retiring out of here. But let me tell you one thing that is definitely retiring, and that is the current in color range. Okay, I think everybody knows this. So that's the in colors from 2 years ago. So that's Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, and Magenta Madness. Those 5 colors are going as of the end of this catalog, so April. Okay. And the reason I'm telling you that is because this time of the year, I start recommending every single year that you should go and check your collection and make sure, here they are here, these ones here, the 2020 to 2022. Check these 5 colors and make sure you have refills for your inks, okay? Because once they're gone, you won't be able to buy them anymore. And if you'd like them to last you for years to come, get the refills. Definitely 1, maybe even 2 refills, because that way they're going to last you for years and years, okay? If you need to stock up on any of the other coordinating things like cardstock or ribbons or anything else, then definitely check those out. The colors I'm going to miss are Just Jade. I really love that green, and Misty Moonlight, and probably Bumblebee as well. The Magenta Madness and the Cinnamon Cider, I enjoyed using them, but I'm okay to say goodbye to those. These other 3, though, I'm really going to miss. So anyone else does anyone have a favorite color in here that they're going to miss that you're a bit sad about? And have you actually got your refills? Have you done it? Because if you wait until the retiring stuff comes out in April, actually, I'm not even sure. I should check. I think we do know the dates for when the retiring list. It's either April or the end of March, which is not very far away, you guys. But when those get announced, these things sell out nearly always the very first thing that sells out. And then you just can't get them anymore. So Misty Moonlight, Denise, yeah. Same with Cindy. She said the same. Misty Moonlight's been really, really popular. For me, it's a toss-up between Misty Moonlight and Just Jade. I always like my blues, but I was really surprised how much I liked Just Jade. It's such a beautiful, beautiful green. Lovely. And Bumblebee is a favorite of mine too, Kirsten. It's a lovely color. It's really, really lovely. So, you know, we've had some really nice papers and other things, the coordinating items that go with these colors. So do check out all of those things in the catalog and make sure you have what you need before this retires. And don't wait for the retiring list to come out, because once it comes out, these are going to sell out like hotcakes and they'll be gone super fast. So my advice is get them now. Okay, jump in and grab them. And it's still celebration, so you can add a couple of these things to an order to get it over $90, and then you get a free celebration item as well. So might as well take advantage. If you're going to be ordering them anyway, might as well make them work for you and get yourself a gift with purchase. Okay, so and on that note, celebration does not end, as the catalog says, on the 28th of February, because some of you, I think, would remember, see, it says on here 4th of January to 28th of February, which is just Monday. Everywhere else, that's the case, but just in Australia and New Zealand, just in the South Pacific, our items will go through until the 16th of March. So celebration will continue till the 16th of March, only in the South Pacific. Everywhere else, it ends on the 28th of February. And if you're wondering why, it's because we didn't get most of our celebration items nearly until the end of January. So we actually had the first few weeks without everything in this catalogue. And so they've extended it for us so that we can actually use those things for a full couple of, well, close to as full couple of months as possible. So everything that you see in here is currently available. You can get all the things. So, you know, if you had your eyes on things in the early days and couldn't get them because they weren't available, like the Sunshine and Rainbows paper was not available, neither was the Daffodils paper. Actually, everything at the start of the book, the Catching Butterflies, the Driving By, the Island Vibes, all of these items were not available until nearly the end of January. So that's why we've had an extension on celebration. Okay. Oh, you like Just Jade too, Anne? Me too. Oh, Cheryl, it's lovely, Misty Moonlight. It's like a deep denim. I really love that color. But if you've just bought it, make sure you get the refill, okay? Because otherwise, once that ink pad runs out, you won't be able to refresh it. You won't be able to refill it again. So definitely grab those now. Okay, I think I'll get off that soapbox now. I think I've been on it long enough, don't you? I thought tonight we might play with something I haven't played with you guys yet. Not really. I mean, we've talked about it, but here on pages 42 and 43, we have the New Horizons suite. Now, the whole suite includes the stamps, the dies, the ribbons. These are Petal Pink and Misty Moonlight. The enamel shapes, these little pebbles, and the paper. Okay, we've looked at the paper before, and I'm going to use it again tonight. It's so, so pretty. I love the paper. That's my favorite bit, actually. But I've also got the dies and the stamps to play with tonight. The only thing I don't have in this bundle yet is the pebbles. I didn't buy those because I just wasn't 100% sure about them. I'm thinking, how would I use those? And of course, now I've seen other demonstrators use them and they look so amazing, and now I have to have them because that's how it works, right? So now I'm thinking, why didn't I just get them in the first place? But that's how it works sometimes. So I've got everything else that's on this page, and mostly I'm going to be playing with the paper. So let's have a quick look at it. It is so lovely, and I know everyone's been salivating over this paper. Mine is not in order. This is not the order it comes in because I've ended up with bits and pieces. I've chopped it up and done all kinds of things with it. It is gorgeous because it's actually like watercolor scenery done by very, very clever artists, and you know I love this kind of stuff. And on the back we've kind of got watercolor, like a wash almost on the back. Okay, just beautiful. Now these have been beautifully put together, so you can see why it's called New Horizons, because look, there's a horizon and there's a horizon, so you can see them. And you know, some of them are mountainous scenes that look like they might have, you know, this could be Alaska with a bit of snow in the distance there, and then maybe this is a little bit of a take on the Northern Lights. I don't know, maybe. What's on the back of that one? And see, that's a little scene you could build up as well. You could do all kinds of things with that. Some of these really grab me. I mean, I love this. I love both of these, actually. I like the pinks and the blues and the purples together. I just think that looks so beautiful. There's 4 sheets of each, okay? So I'll quickly go through. Some of them have got, like, more detail, and some of them really, they leave it for your brain to fill in the details. And that's what I love about these, okay? All of a sudden, you know, I'm in my mind, I'm adding birds and, you know, all kinds of other bits and pieces. Just gorgeous. You could put trees. This one to me looks like a galaxy. Oh, what was on the back of that? Oh, see, that's nice. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. You have the bundle only. Jenny, what are you doing? Get the paper, okay? It's just beautiful. And I'm not just trying to be a salesperson. In fact, that's terrible sales technique. Get the paper. But I mean it. It is such beautiful paper. Somebody who's on here, one of the other girls, tell Jenny she needs the paper. So it's not me that's saying it, because it's the truth. It's so beautiful. All right, so this one to me looks kind of like a galaxy, doesn't it? Like, you can imagine being in outer space there. And on the back. Well, there you go. See, Anne said the paper is gorgeous. See, she's backing me up. So there you go. Yeah, I know, Jenny. You got to pace yourself, haven't you? It's gorgeous, gorgeous designs on the back here. Oh, we came across that one before. This one I did a card. Some of you may have seen me make it recently. I actually added a cactus to the front of this one, and it looked kind of cute. Really cool. And on the back here we have some, and you know, sometimes I look at these and think, well, which way does it go? I guess this is the ground, because you've got your greens and then more blue in the sky maybe. But you could actually add some stamps. Actually, this one's really interesting for adding colors to and doing things with. I might pull that out. We might play with that. Just some pinks, polished pink there on the back. We've got that one we had out before. This one we've seen before. That one. So some of these are repeats, okay? Some of them are, because there's 4 sheets of each, and obviously they're all out of order. I love this. Look at this, isn't that beautiful? Purples on the back. Cheryl, I know you like your purple. The paper is the hero of the suite. Thank you, Denise. See, there you go. You have 3 packs, Katrina? Wow, that's dedication. There you go. And even Judy, you know it's pretty too. It's gorgeous. Well, I was thinking, see, I want to do next month, I was thinking I would do the Waves of the Ocean suite as my next class. However, hang on, I think I need to sneeze. I think I do. I'm so sorry. I beg your pardon. That's over now. I should have hit the mute button so you didn't have to listen to that. But anyway, we all do that sometimes, right? What I was going to say, see, that's nice too. I love the way the color is kind of pulling up towards the sky. You could add some trees in front of that and it would look amazing. So you can really sort of, what I like about this paper is it really inspires your imagination. You can add stamps to it and create scenes, and the paper kind of fills in all the bits. I mean, this here, even though it's just like a little piece of nothing in the middle, just white, it looks like it could be a lake in the distance there that the sun or the moon is shining on. Isn't that beautiful? So, you know, you can just do so much with these papers. They're very, very inspiring. And this one is the same. That's got another, like a little lake on the horizon over there. So there we go. All right. So does anybody, oh, thank you. I'm so blessed. Thank you, guys. You bought the paper only. I know. Well, initially so did I, Cherie. I just bought the paper, and then I knew at some point I'd be buying the stamps and the dies. Let's have a look at those. So this one is the On the Horizon stamp set, and this is the Horizon dies. They're really lovely. I've been using this one quite a bit. I've been using the words particularly, and the birds. I love the birds. I did a card earlier today. Let me show it to you. And I used the Thinking of You and the birds, and this is the card I did. And I used the oceanfront scene, but see, I used the Thinking of You and the birds, and then added some stamps from the other set. But that's, so this set pairs really nicely with other, since someone said they wanted to see that again. Yeah, this set pairs really nicely with other sets like this one, like oceanfront, and I think that's really pretty the way that came together. But you know, there's just so much you can do with it. They're very inspiring. All right, now the dies complement the stamp set. They don't match completely, they complement, and I actually like it when die sets do this, because then it kind of it increases what you can do. Okay, so there are some that match. So so for example, this little guy here matches this stamp here on the front. I think you can see that, which, you know, what is it? I'm thinking, what is that stamp? But it's kind of like a wooden sign that you could then stamp your relaxed and enjoy or wishing you so much happiness onto the sign, and then cut them out with the matching die. So those are there. But then we've got some other pieces that, instead of matching the stamp set, they complement it. So for example, we've got like a little grove of trees here, which I really want to use this one. Actually, definitely going to use that tonight because I haven't used it yet, and I think it's really cute. We've got some mountains down here. I cut some of these out earlier just to see how they go together. So these ones here are underneath, and these ones here cut like the snow to go on top. So these ones are this one here. I did it in purple, and then this one cuts the snow, and then you layer it one over the top of the other. So there's no stamp that matches this die. These are like a way of extending the use of your stamps, so you get more scenes you can create by having dies that complement the set. Okay, so I'll put that aside. I may end up using that tonight. We'll see if we use that or not. But the one that everyone I've noticed has been using is these little, it's like a little picket fence, isn't it? Very cute. And you can have them so that they are like opening from one side to another. So you can have them, you know, kind of next to each other. So I cut a couple of these earlier just to see how they go together. And I did a couple in different colors. If I was doing them in white, this is how they'd look. So we may end up using those because they look really, really nice at the front of a scene and putting it all together. This one can be a pond. This can be mountains in the background. We've got some like grass. We've got some little huts that, like, there's nothing like that in the stamp set. They're just like a little add-on, and you could do like a little silhouette of huts in front of a sunset or something like that. So super, super, super useful. Okay. Very interesting stamp set and die set, and I haven't really played with them very much yet at all, but I'd like to. That's why I thought I'd play tonight. Let me go down. I'm missing comments. I just realized you guys are chatting and I've missed a whole bunch of comments. Cheryl, you will be happy to know that I went and saw my doctor today about that thing we talked about. So I just thought I'd mention that to you, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. Okay, you haven't opened it yet, Jenny. Oh, see, you need to. Okay, now something else before we move on. I did show this the other day. This is the Grassy Grove dies, and I made this little diorama card with it. And I used some of that celebration paper, the marvelous paper, which is just beautiful. And to make it look like a sunset, I sponged over the piece of pink marvelous paper. I sponged some yellow over the bottom so it would look like a sunset. Okay. But this is what happens when you start playing around with this paper. You can use any sheet of this paper and put it behind a die set like this, or behind a piece. And we did do this once before, so some of you have seen this, but look how nice this looks. Can you imagine how beautiful that is? looking through the trees into the scenery in the background. Just gorgeous. There was a couple that I thought were particularly gorgeous. Let me see what I can find. I think one, this pink one is really nice. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, what happened? Huh. I don't know what happened, guys. Just a second. Huh. Just a second. Hey, guys, I don't know what happened. My phone just went and did a weird thing. I don't know what. Am I back? Can you hear me okay? Because that's all that matters, right? Can you hear me? Are we back? Let me see what we can do. We got that right? Okay. Are you seeing me okay now, guys? Oh, good. Yeah, I don't know what happened. My phone just went black. That's weird. And not at all what you want when you're in the middle of a live video, okay? Hooray, we're back. All right, so I don't know what happened there, but anyway, I'm trying to show you how beautiful this paper is with the Grove dies, and I think you can see it without too much effort. It's just gorgeous, okay? I'm just seeing if I missed any comments in that little blackout there. It's like we had a blackout, literally. Oh, I hope Daisy feels better. Now, Cindy, you said you've never been a scene builder kind of girl. That means you don't like it even now, or you're learning to like it, or you think you could become a scene builder kind of girl. What do you think? Hey, Denise, nice to see you. This is the other Denise. Denise Calloway, Denise. Well, you know what? You could create your own Melbourne beach scene with those huts, I think, Cherie, don't you? Yes, very effective with the Grove dies, Nairi. I'm so glad we're back. All right. All good, all good. There you go. I hope she's feeling better. So there we go. This is just a nice, it's just stunning and no effort. All you'll be doing is putting this piece of paper behind these dies to get that effect. So just gorgeous. All right. So that's a couple of examples, but you know, you could knock yourself out and do whatever ones you like. So I'm thinking, what shall we do? Which paper shall we use? Oh, silos that needed artwork. There's an idea waiting to happen, Denise. You should go with that. Hey, Megan, nice to see you. And Jody. Okay. So has anyone got a favorite paper that they would like me to start with? I'm going to just play tonight and we're going to do it. This is a really nice one. This is really, really nice. So how about I pull out a couple and then you can pick. I like this one. I did say I was thinking about doing something with this one, but maybe not tonight, maybe later. Pink, says Megan. Purple. Of course, Cheryl. Of course you said purple. So this is kind of purpley pinky, this one, which is rather nice. Then we've got this one too. That's really pretty. And that one there with the mountains. So I'm not going to overwhelm you. I'm going to start with those 4. What do we think? Has anyone got one of those that they would like to use? What do you think, guys? That one, please, Megan. I don't know which one you mean of the 4. The first one says Nairi. I love this too. The blue and purple says Katrina. So that's one of, actually all these 3 are blue and purple. So too many choices. Do you want me? See a waterfall in the top one. Yeah, you could see a waterfall in that. I can also see, to me, that looks like there could be pine trees over here or something like that. But I'm going to try and stick with what we've got in here. So maybe use these little trees, which might look really nice in front of some of this. Far left, far left. Okay, I agree. I gave you too many choices, but we have 2 people saying far left, which is this one. Okay, so that's the one I think people are going with. And then we'll go, I'll get back to the others. Don't you worry. We're going to have some fun. All right, so we're going to start with a really simple basic card. I'm not going to do anything too fancy. I'm just going to keep it. So I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to make it fit inside a mat. I'm deciding which way will I go. And so I'm going to go 13.8 long by 9.5 centimeters wide. Okay, so if you don't know centimeters, 9.5 centimeters is around about 3 3/4 inches wide. The only thing is A4 and US letter are not the same size, which makes it really, really complicated when we're trying to work out sizing, because you can't just say it's this many centimeters equals this many inches, because they're different size papers. So it's very, very confusing. If anyone ever has to work that out, something I do that works really well for me is I actually cut a template or some templates and actually make up the paper in US letter size. So if ever I need to translate, I've got them ready made. So it's 8.5 by 5.5 pieces of paper, and you just go with that basic size. So it's a worthwhile thing. If you find you are trying to transfer between different size papers, make up a template in the size that's not yours. Okay, so let's see. What are we going to do with this? We're going to make this one really, really simple. I am thinking I have got these little, I wonder how this is Highland Heather. Would this go with this? And I'm thinking I might bring it down a little bit in front so it looks like it's another island there. Could we do that? We could do that. All right, so first of all, I'm going to grab some purple ink. Now there's also in here, there's some blackberry bliss, there's some pink, there's some navy, there's a whole bunch of colors. So I'm thinking maybe I'll get some blackberry bliss onto my blending brush here, and let's sort of add a little bit of color. And we'll see what happens. So this way we kind of have different colors coming through. I'm going to keep the white though, and I'm going to too wet to craft. Isn't that good crafting weather when it's wet? What do you think, Megan? I like when it's wet. It's actually been raining. It started to rain just as I started this video, actually. But thankfully we haven't seen the torrential rain of the last few days. Today's been much more easygoing with the rain. So I just realized I'm going to need some down the bottom here as well. Tombo's good for little tiny things like this that you want to position over something. So I was playing around with this before the video went live tonight, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll cut one of those mountains out. So you happen to pick one that I could use the mountains on. So that was handy. I just added some blackberry bliss to the purple to make it sort of more fit in with the colors. And I'm thinking maybe I want to bring it down. This does remind me of Alaska. Anybody else? Maybe I need a cruise ship on here. No, right now cruise ships is probably not the best thing. So I'm going to whack some glue behind here, and I'm going to pop this over the edge. It's going to go off the edge. Don't panic. We'll fix that. Just going to make it all stick down. And so really you can let your mind go a bit wild with this kind of paper. Just going to turn it over and now What shall we do? Would we like some birds in the sky? We could do that because we have birds. I love these birds. I think I'm going to be using them a lot. So I'm not going to add very much to this because we're going to probably end up with several cards tonight, and they'll all be quite different, and they'll all end up very pretty. Oh, I missed your comment, Megan. Are you okay? That's not good. Yes, Alaska is good memories for me as well. I'm thinking we might bring in navy to stamp our birds. And I'm thinking we're going to stamp them kind of in this area here because they'll stand out a bit more. The only thing you have to be careful of with this bird stamp is it's really easy to get it upside down because they nearly look right both ways. But if you pay careful attention, you can see they're meant to be this way. So let me pop them over here. I know, right? Just a simple little card. So we will use a, which saying shall we go? Wishing so much happiness, relax and enjoy your day, breathe, thinking of you, or thanks for everything. What sentiment shall we have on this one? So this is super easy card, right? Really, really simple. I know, I miss it too, Jody. Yeah. And the sad thing is that we were meant to be on a cruise this year in May, coming up in a couple of months. It was meant to be an Eastern Caribbean cruise. Thinking of you, happiness. Okay, who was first? Megan, you were first. So we go, wishing you so much happiness. I don't think I've used that one out of this set before. There we go. That means I'm going to put it together, and that's fine. Usually I don't bother putting together all my stamps until I need to use them. Sometimes, and you know, I used to be worried about that, and then I realized that every time I do this on a live, somebody gets excited and says, oh my gosh, I haven't seen people do that before. So what I've done is I've taken the stamp, the rubber stamp, out of the piece, out of the pack, and I've taken the backing off and I've placed it face down. Okay, and then I'm pulling the matching label out of the pack. Okay, and I'm going to pop the matching label onto a block. And you think, what the heck is she doing? The first time I saw someone do this, I had no idea what they were doing. Then why would you stick it on the block? Because then we're going to pull the backing off that. Oops. And this side, now that I pull the backing off, this is sticky. So I'm going to turn it upside down and line it up on my stamp. And now I've got a stamp ready to go. Okay, and when I'm finished with it, I would just take it off and put it back in the pack. So it's now put together. And that's how easy it is to put together stamps. Okay, you don't have to be worried about lining them up on the paper or any of that. You just do it straight on the block, and the block makes it easy because you can see through it. Super easy. Anyone not seen it? Harvey Bay's lovely. I haven't been to Harvey Bay for many years, but I went there, you know, when on my way to Fraser Island some years ago. And I've been to Fraser Island a couple of times, but only once via Harvey Bay. The other time we actually went up from Noosa through Rainbow Beach. Got the ferry across. There we go. Super easy card, right? And because I've used navy, I'm going to grab a navy piece and I'm going to pop that on there. Let me see. So if you are wanting to make a lot of really quick, easy cards, this paper is your friend. Okay, we want to use it because it just gives you these amazing instant backgrounds without any effort. You don't have to come up with them yourself, right? Let me just quickly pop that on there. Simple. I'll pop it on a white base and that card's done. Okay, super easy. 5 cancelled cruises. So you just transferred your money from one to the next. I know, aren't the birds beautiful, Megan? Oh no, Sad. That's what you get for living in Queensland. Your watercolor crayons melted. That's no good. That makes me sad. I love watercolor crayons. I love coloring tools, actually. Ah, yes. It is so much easier. I know, Denise. It really is. Oh, okay, Katrina. You'll have to watch the replay, and I'll look forward to that. Good night. 1 a.m. So, yep, that's time for bed. So, Cherie and Megan, you guys have done a swap. Is that right? So, one of you went from Harvey Bay and the other one arrived there. I think that's what you're telling me. All right, let's go with a different one. The other paper. And I'm going to pull out. I know that was one of the ones we said, but I can't believe that I just threw them all back in again. That was one. Okay, I've got them all. Here we go. Because I know it was these ones. It was that one, and this is the other one. I'm going to go with this one next because I'm really excited to do something with this. I think this is really nice. The only thing is I'm not sure which part of it to use. Maybe we go landscape, and that way I can use pretty much the whole thing. So shall we do that? Thank you, Jody. I'm glad you liked it. I know. You know what? The birds, I have, like I said, I've been using them everywhere. Love, love, love the birds. The last 3 cards or 4 cards I've made have all had birds on them because I love those birds. Oh. I was just looking to see. I didn't put the birds on my wave card. I thought about it. I could have. See, I could have put birds on here, couldn't I, right? But I didn't do it. I decided to leave them off. But I did put them on this one. And I also put them on the cards that I did in my YouTube video this week. Right, so I am thinking, how high do we want this to go? I'd like a bit of sky. And I'm thinking maybe I'll chop a little bit off the bottom. So I'm only going to keep a little bit of the pale papaya. I'm going to go more with, so I'm going to pull this around. And this is how it's ending up, okay? And there's a cat under the table waiting for food. So I don't know how that's going to work out for him because I'm here for a little while. All right, so if we probably end up with Evening Evergreen for this one, it's just a really nice scene, isn't it? So let's get our Evening Evergreen out. And I'm going to grab these little trees. I haven't used these trees. No, I have used them because I put them together, so I have used them. When did I use them? Can't remember when I used them. Oh, okay. Yes, I think I remember. I was playing around. All right, so these are really nice. Where do I want to put these? I'm going to put some here, just above this water. And maybe some more going off the edge here. And I'm actually going to do a second light and stamp them off and make a lighter. So they look like they're kind of going into the mist because it looks a bit misty. Do you think it looks misty? I think it does. Yeah, I think it's a really nice. All right, so let's see what else have we got in this set that we could play with in here. Maybe let's have a play with this grass. So there's a grassy one here, and I think maybe we could use some grass down the front here. I'll grab a block. Let's put it straight on the block. It helps me stamp straight if I put it straight on my block, or ish, at least a little bit. I'm going to go the same color. Hi, Pip. Nice to see you. How is it over there in the UK? Yay. I love seeing friends online. It's the best. The best. All right. So I just want a bit of grass sort of coming from down here in the foreground. That's looking good. See what I mean about you don't have to do very much at all to these, okay? You just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and that's going to be enough. And all of a sudden you've got a scene and it's beautiful. I'm thinking this one, I'm thinking of you. Do you think that would be nice for this? I think that, and it's a beautiful script, this thinking of you stamp. What do you think? Everyone say hi to Pip. Pip's my friend from the UK. And if you haven't seen her, she does beautiful, beautiful things. And some of you may know her as Queen Pip because that's what she goes by online. Shall we tell them how we met, Pip? Everyone's saying hello. Do you remember? Because I do. I don't know if you remember. I'm testing you now. You remember. Aha, yes. Pip and I were very lucky. We were invited to go on a little coach, like private coach tour of Pompeii and then to Mount Vesuvius over in Italy. We were on one of our day trips on the Mediterranean cruise back in 2016. So that was when I met Pip. And our friend Amanda Fowler invited us to come with her on a little day trip along with Liz Shannon. Some of you may know Liz as well. Yeah, that's right. It was very cool. But the best bit was actually the end of the day. Mind you, it was very silly. They suggested that we walk up Mount Vesuvius, which is no small feat. It's very steep, okay? And then when we got back, okay, then we went to before we went on the walk up Mount Vesuvius, we went to a winery, had all this beautiful pasta and wine, and it was so lovely. And then they made us walk up the hill. I'm thinking, shouldn't we have done this the other way around? I mean, like if you were going to walk up a hill, wouldn't you prefer to do it knowing that you had the reward of beautiful meal and drink at the end rather than being, full as a goog before you left? All right, I am thinking I'm just going to stick with the same color today. Chicken jugs, I remember those. Yes. They had jugs on the table that were shaped like chickens. These are the funny things you remember, right? But Pip and I have been lucky. We've done a couple of really fantastic trips together. We went whale watching. Oh God, I made a mark on my paper. So now the question is, what do we do to fix it? See, I should be going slow. See what I did? I picked up too much ink. So this ink pad is really juicy because it's quite new, okay? And I pushed too hard in the ink pad. Now I've got ink all over here and I managed to transfer it to my paper. So there's a number of things we can do. We can cover it up with a piece of paper. So, like I could cut a little strip and put Thinking of You on the strip and then stick it over the top. That's probably the usual way to fix it. But because we're, do we want to do that to this? I don't know. We could. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. I'm just having a little look at my dies first and making sure that there's nothing in here that I wanted to use to put over the top, because that's another option. If it was further up, I would have added a row of trees. I would have gone, here. But I don't want a row of trees in the water. So we're not going to do that. See what happens when I get all excited and I'm not concentrating? But that's okay. We can fix it. So how about I'm going to fix it, post this picture for you later, and we'll move on to the next one. But this turned out okay, right? A boat. Yes, we could do a boat. The rock bling. I don't have the rock bling. That's the one thing. You must have missed me saying that at the beginning, Megan. The one thing I don't have in this set is the pebbles. And I didn't get them because I was like, what am I going to do with those? I really am not quite sure. And then I saw other people using them and how amazing they look. And I'm thinking, why didn't I get the rock pebbles? Why didn't I get them? So I do like how this has turned out. But I'm going to fix this. I'm going to pop a little strip of paper over the top with the word Thinking of You, and that's going to sort of be like a little separate thing going on there, but it'll still look really nice, okay? And it's still really cute. And it would go on a piece of green. In fact, we'll just do that while I think of it so I don't lose my piece of green. This is nice on the back too, isn't it nice? It's like a watercolor wash going on there, a painted look. So these kind of cards are super, super simple. If you're a beginner stamper, you can make amazing cards with paper like this, just with a couple of stamps in the right place on your paper, okay? Just looks beautiful. If you are a more experienced crafter, you can do tons of things with them, but you could, you know, there are times that all of us who have a lot of experience just want to make a quick card, okay? I promise. Sometimes all you want to do is come up with a quick card. So now we have two. We got this one that we did earlier with the birds. Oh, we could have put birds in here too. Shall we put birds in? Who votes for birds? Because we could put some birds up here. What do you think, guys? Great as it is. No birds. Okay. I've just got this little mark here that I'm not happy with. Oh, yes, birds. Birds, everyone says. I know, you can't go wrong with birds, right? I'm surprised that Cookie, who's over in the corner there, didn't just pipe up and for those of you who don't know, I've got a bird in this room in a cage, and he frequently likes to let himself be known. All right, so we are going to add some birdies right here. There we go. It does look better, doesn't it? Now, if you're looking at the birds, you're not looking down here. So there we go. All right, so there's two. We've got two beautiful cards made. You can't see the mark here, but look, come up close, you can. See it? See the mark? Not happy, Jan. That's okay. I'm going to sort that out. All right. Okay, I want to use another one. The other ones, we had this one out, we had this one out, and we had this one out. The only thing is, all of these ones to me have water in the front, okay? And so this is kind of, well, this one's kind of watery, but not. There's water over in the distance. Definitely water in the front of this one. I'm going to pick one this time that's got, so something like this, or something that has not water in the front, something that has grass or something like that. So let me go through. That's the one we just did before. Looks really pretty. Because I really want to use the fence. And I'm thinking, what would look really nice with the fence? I mean, this one we could have some fun with. That's a maybe. And that one we could do something with as well. So many beautiful scenes. Just gorgeous. I mean, this one is super, super easy. I mean, how easy is this to put on? Which way would I put them? Oh, it'd be good if I put them up the right way. Wouldn't that be good? All right. Okay, so like that. So, you know, you look like you're walking in, and you've got some grass and bits and pieces here. I mean, that's really easy to do. Doesn't look nice? Thanks, Nairi. Lovely to see you. Yep, see you on replay. The vivid green is too busy. Which vivid green? Did you mean this one? Are we talking about this one? But see, we could add this fence to a number of them and add some trees and bits and pieces. Maybe this is a good choice because this one you can do quite a lot with. Okay, so let's move that and let's play with this. Okay, because this one I think there's more scope to add different stamps. So let's give that a shot and see how we go. I'm deciding which part of it I want to use, whether I want to use this side or whether I want to use this side. Is this too vivid, do you think, Jenny? This bit of green here? You like the green and the fences? Yeah, like you're going hiking. Exactly, Katrina. Exactly. I'm just deciding which side to use. I like both sides. The green and the fences. Okay. I'm going to go 9.5 centimeters again. I'm going to go on this side. I'll use this one for something else. Okay, I'm going to use that panel for something else, and I'm going to go 13.8. So this is card front size. Okay, I have cut a bit of the purple off the top. We can always add more purple if we wanted to. You know, we could use our blending brush and add some purple back in. So that's not a problem. All right, so I'm thinking that this is probably going to go like this. So it looks like my fence is opening here. But let me put some, I think we do need some grass first. I think I put that piece back, didn't I? I did. Put it back. And let's pick that up. We'll go in with our evening evergreen. And we kind of, sorry about the back of my head, guys. I'm just going to kind of start with this just down here, the grass. And this is going to end up kind of here. Might even move that over a little. So I'm going to have some grass at the other side as well. Now, see, I've got a bit of extra ink because of that really juicy ink pad, so I'm going to get rid of that. And let's pop that down here. Now, we can use that tree stamp that we used before, this one here, and add a couple of trees over here, which would look really nice. But I'm tempted to use the die because I want to see what that's going to look like. So, and maybe when we could go with soft succulent, or we could go with evening evergreen. Probably the darker color is going to look better. So let me grab, let me see if I have some evening evergreen close by. I do. Now the only thing is, this is a little bit too wide to go through my mini cut and emboss machine. You need to always make sure to go through the mini cut and emboss, if that's what you're using, it needs to be no more than 9 centimeters or 3.5 inches. Okay, so that way it fits nicely through. Any wider than that, and you won't be able to fit it. All right, so now let's pop this on here. So I'm going to pop my paper on. As you can see, it's almost exactly the right size. And then I've got my little die just here. Now, these dies in this set all fit in the mini machine. If they don't fit acrossways, they fit lengthways. All right, and that's a really good thing to remember when you're looking at dies, is that if you have the mini cut and emboss machine, you want to be making sure that the dies will fit. And it tells you in the catalogue if they fit the mini. It actually has the words mini next to the dies. Okay, let me see if I can show you that. Now, I know some of you said you just got the bundle and not the paper, and some people said they just have the paper and not the bundle. They're just, to me, they're just like the perfect match. Page 43, I think we said, didn't we? Yep, there we go. Now, see here, next to the dies, there's a little symbol. Can you see it? It says here, mini. Okay, that's telling you that all these dies fit in the mini machine. So that's always something to look out for if that's the machine that you have. So let's cut this out. Now, you'll notice that it has cut out very easily. I'll pull that out. And let's have a look and see how this looks. See, now I love these little guys. Aren't they cute? Super, super cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ink up this stamp again, but I'm going to do it with a lighter color this time. I'm going to do it with soft succulent. And we're going to do a row of trees kind of in the distance. Let me see how dark this is. Is it too dark? Or will I want to go lighter? I'm going to go a little bit of Stampin' Off, and I'm going to add these guys kind of over here on one side. And then I'm going to bring these guys in and put a row of those in front. And that way it's kind of like we have a forest going on. You know, got a couple of stamps here behind each other. Another row. And then these guys in front. So it's kind of like layering up. You could put them on dimensionals. That would look kind of cute as well, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to pop them straight on with Tombow Multipurpose, so they'll be flat, but they'll stick better. And you haven't got to worry about trying to hide your dimensionals. Even the mini ones. The mini ones are too, it's still too big for the bottom bit of ground that's underneath these. Okay, so I'm gone over the edge a little bit here, so I just want to turn that over. And I'm going to pop that there. And then, of course, we need to add our fence, or our gate, I should say. So we want the gate to look like it's opening inwards. I'm actually going to have not the whole gate on here. I'm moving this over so that I've got like a gap there in the middle. And I've got my grass showing behind. So let's put some Tombow behind this. And this one. So this one gets it on the whole thing, because when this one's not over the edge, this one's on the main piece of cardstock. The good thing about Tombow is you only have to add a tiny, tiny little bit here and there, and it does a beautiful sticking job. Okay, this is really good quality glue, and it's inexpensive. Something I think everybody should have in their collection. Here we go. And then, of course, I need to turn this over and cut this excess off again. How are we going? Is this making sense what we're doing? All right. Another simple card, but just with the addition of a couple of extra little things. Okay, this time we need another sentiment. So what sentiment shall we have? So we got relax and enjoy your day. We already did thinking of you, but we can do it again. We've got thanks for everything. I like relax and enjoy. My votes are thinking of you or relax and enjoy your day. What do you guys think? What happened? I'm just reading back. You had problems with your machine, did you? Goodness me, I've missed a lot of comments. I am so sorry. I got all busy crafting and missed all your comments. I'm so sorry. I'm quickly reading back. Did I miss anything important? Did anyone ask a question that I need to answer? You know you guys can ask me anything, right? I like the green too, Pip, but then I'm a blue and green person. Blue predominantly, and greens, and turquoises just, you know, they're my jam. Love, love, love them. What are you wrong about? You're never wrong. It's fine. There's no such thing as wrong. You guys are funny. A house in the mist. You know, I didn't really pick that, but you're right. So, looking back to see if I missed any questions. I'm so sorry about the drama. Are my plates flat? Oh, you're talking about Cherise, not mine. So they sent you another one? Good. I'm glad they sent you another one. I had problems with my, sometimes my plates would stop, and then I realized it was because they'd gotten quite curved, and all I had to do was turn them around and try them the other direction, and then they worked fine. So if ever you have problems pushing your plates through, I would suggest that that you just turn them around and try from the other side. Oh, thank you, Pip. I'm glad you like it. Very, very simple cards, these. Very, very simple. Simple tonight. Oh, I put the trees. I'm sorry. I put the... right. Well, let me find the other piece because it's not the only piece, you know. We can do that. Is it this one? In here somewhere was where you thought you saw a house. I'm sorry. I stamped over it. It's nice paper though, isn't it? Don't you see that everybody sees different things in them, and that's why I think they're so fun and exciting, because you know you can create anything that you happen to see. You know, if you see a shed in the mist, go with it and make it a shed in the mist. I love that. A few people said relax. So, oh, and birds, says Jody. Okay, maybe. I know. Simple cards are awesome, right? And this paper is really, really great. So if you're a beginner, you can use the paper and do amazing things. If you're not a beginner, that's okay too. You know, you still got some. I still have a lot of fun doing these cards, and I've been crafting. Let's face it, I've been crafting for a long time. Okay, really long time. All right, let me grab my Blackberry Bliss. I'm just going to finish this card off, and I've got my blending brush that we had out before, and I'm going to add a little bit of extra to the sky coming down from the top here. And Jody, I think we should add some birds, don't you? Birds are the go, right? So I'm just gonna. I just want there to be a little bit more contrast in the sky. How's that looking? Do we like that? All right. The birds, I think, should be evening evergreen because it's almost black, so it's going to go in with the rest of the card. Here's our birds, and here's my evening evergreen. Grab that out. Add birds, says Jody. I got it. I am making sure. Always check. Make sure there's no extra ink because you don't want to transfer that. And the times I don't check are the times that I transfer the extra ink. Where shall we put them? Are they on their way? Are they going this to the right, or are they going over here to the left? I'm thinking maybe to the right, heading into the storm. Let's go with that. I've decided there's a storm. And that's what I love about the paper. You can decide whatever you like about this paper, right? And then we've got room up here for our sentiment. So I think, did somebody say, yeah, everyone's agreeing the birds are good. I know, right? You can always cut down. That is true. That is true. I'm just going back through comments and making sure I haven't missed anything. Okay. All right. So I think we go back in with our evening evergreen. And a few people said they wanted relax. We also had wishing you so much happiness, which would also look nice on this card. This is actually, of the 3 cards we've done, this card has actually got the most detail, the most stamping and the most bits, and yet they've all been super, super simple. So I know, right? We'll be putting birds on everything. Maybe we should have a bird challenge. What do you think? Sounds a bit Alfred Hitchcock, don't you think? All right, let me whack this relax up this top left corner. Relax and enjoy your day. See, if I looked at that scene, I think I'd feel like relaxing, don't you? And shall we go with an evening evergreen mat, you know, like this kind of mat? Or do we go with, I've got a Blackberry Bliss mat. That might be the go because we haven't used that yet, have we? I think the Blackberry Bliss, that brings out the sky too. What do you think? I'm going to go with that. The DSP, this DSP is called New Horizons, and it's 6x6 DSP, okay? Yep, Blackberry. I've got it, Joan. We're doing it. So what do we think of our cards tonight? Do we like these? Are you all inspired to run off and have a play? If you don't have the paper, it's available. The pack is $20, and it's part of the New Horizons suite, which is available now. If you're ordering $90 or more here in Australia, then you qualify for celebration rewards. So you can get any of the items out of our celebration little celebration catalog for free, or a gift with purchase with a $90+ order. Okay, so there we go. We have 3 cards. Where did I put them all? Now I've got to find them. Here we go. Found them all. These are the cards from tonight. All right, so we've got this one, landscape. We've got 2 portraits. There we go. What do you think? Do we like them? Do we have a favorite? Does anyone? 7 packs. I beat you, Cherie. I have 9. We had to get so many because there was nothing else at the beginning, right? There was that or the otters, and you can only have so many otters, but you can certainly use up your marvelous paper. There we go. Does anyone have a favorite? You have 2 butterfly catchers. I think I only have 1 of those. I have 2 of the cars, and I have 2 or 3 friendly hello sets. And I have about 6 packs of the sunshine and rainbow paper as well. I love that paper. You have a cat blocking your screen. Well, that makes it very difficult. You know what? I'm so surprised. My cats have not meowed at me. I'm wondering if someone's fed them or if they've actually decided to leave me alone. It's 8:36, for goodness sake. They need to be fed normally at 8. And tonight they haven't done that. The middle one. Do you like them all, Jenny? Yes. That's right. No favourite, Cherie. The waterfall one. So the waterfall one is this one, right? Is that the one? That one there? And then this one looks to me a bit like an Alaskan cruise, this one. And this one is the one that you guys said was a house that I covered up with the trees. Sorry about that. But they're the ones we ended up with. So there we go. All right, I'm going to put that over there because it covers up that mark. All right. Well, I think that's it from me tonight. I hope everyone is well and that you guys are going to have a fantastic weekend. Tomorrow is, whoops, I just moved that the wrong way. Move it back so it's straight. The mountains are the middle of the lake on the happiness one. Yes, what I wanted it to do, I wanted it to come out like it was another row of mountains and the water goes around, like this is a peninsula coming down and then the water goes back around. That's where I was going with that. But I see what you mean. Yeah. They're all different, aren't they? Thank you, guys. It's so lovely to spend some time with you tonight. Don't forget, if you're in the market for any of these products or anything else that you've seen, head over to my online store. And you can click that by hitting the Shop Now button on my website, on my page, or on the Facebook page as well. There's a Shop Now button as well. So I'd love to see if there's anything I can help you with. Just sing out. Any questions you have, please ask. And I hope that I'll see a lot of you back here again on Sunday night. Okay. See you all soon. Have a great day. Bye.